Welcome to PsychWSigmund, the podcast, where we delve into the fascinating world of psychology to explore the complexities of human thought, emotion, and behavior. I'm your host, Sigmund, and today we're going to discuss a topic that's both intriguing and relevant in our daily lives: covert versus overt narcissism. Narcissism refers to an excessive preoccupation with oneself, one's own needs, and a deep-seated need for admiration and attention from others. Overt narcissism is what most people typically think of when they hear the term narcissist. It's characterized by grandiosity, a need for admiration, and a lack of empathy towards others. Individuals with overt narcissistic tendencies often come across as arrogant, entitled, and dominating in their interactions. On the other hand, covert narcissism is more subtle and can be harder to spot. Covert narcissists may appear shy, introverted, or even self-deprecating on the surface, but beneath this facade lies a deep-seated need for admiration and attention. They often use indirect methods to elicit praise from others, such as fishing for compliments or playing the victim. The concept of narcissism has been around since ancient times, with the myth of Narcissus serving as a cautionary tale about the dangers of self-obsession. However, it wasn't until the late 19th and early 20th centuries that psychologists like Sigmund Freud and Heinz Kohut began to develop more comprehensive theories about narcissistic personality disorder. One key psychological theory that helps explain covert versus overt narcissism is the concept of the narcissistic spectrum. This idea, proposed by psychologist Craig Malkin, suggests that narcissism exists on a continuum ranging from healthy self-confidence to pathological narcissism. According to this theory, individuals can exhibit both overt and covert narcissistic tendencies, depending on the situation and their level of emotional regulation. Research has also shed light on the underlying causes of covert versus overt narcissism. Studies have shown that childhood experiences, such as parental overindulgence or neglect, can contribute to the development of narcissistic personality traits. Additionally, neuroscience research has identified specific brain regions and neurotransmitters involved in narcissistic behavior, including the prefrontal cortex and dopamine systems. Recognizing these patterns in ourselves or others can improve our relationships and communication. By being aware of the subtle signs of covert narcissism, we can set healthier boundaries and avoid getting drawn into manipulative games. On the other hand, identifying overt narcissistic tendencies can help us navigate situations where someone's grandiosity is dominating the conversation or relationship. In terms of therapeutic approaches, treatments like cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, and psychodynamic therapy have been shown to be effective in helping individuals with narcissistic personality disorder develop more empathy and self-awareness. These therapies often involve techniques such as journaling, role-playing, and mindfulness exercises to help patients recognize and challenge their negative thought patterns. Imagine a colleague who consistently dominates meetings with their ideas, interrupting others and belittling their contributions. This behavior is a classic sign of overt narcissism. On the other hand, imagine a friend who constantly seeks reassurance and praise on social media, posting self-deprecating comments or fishing for compliments. This behavior may be indicative of covert narcissism. In conclusion, covert versus overt narcissism is a complex and multifaceted concept that has significant implications for our understanding of human psychology. By recognizing the different forms of narcissism and their underlying causes, we can develop more effective strategies for building healthy relationships and promoting emotional well-being. As psychologist Carl Jung once said, "The greatest tragedy of all is to bear the burden of an unlived life." By acknowledging and working through our own narcissistic tendencies, we can break free from the constraints of self-obsession and live a more authentic, empathetic life. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, may your ego find balance between pleasure and reality.